Good evening and welcome to Bonus Action Vibe. As last week, if you were here, just before I jump in, I'm going to remind everyone that the little flu that two of our players had turned out to be COVID, the big flu. They are still recovering, so we may still have some hiccupy bits along the way. Do forgive us that. But thank you to both of them for being here, and thank you so much for joining us for our second ever live session. To kind of recap or to share that anyone wasn't able to make it last week, we've been playing this game together for about 3 years. Occasionally toyed with the idea of streaming it. And just before Christmas, we decided to kick off 2023 in a brand new format. Turns out it's a longer process than we expected. So, overcoming those challenges, we're now very excited to be able to invite you into our not-so-little world. But anyway, we are Bonus Action Vibe, because after a long week of using up your actions in your real life, why not step into this game with us and use your bonus action to just vibe? My name is Matt, and I will be your DM for this game. As, of course, is the beauty for Dungeons & Dragons, the game includes the occasional homebrew ruling, and no doubt numerous mistakes and corrections along the way. So just be patient and kind as always whilst we navigate those. This story takes place in the world of Eardroon, more specifically in a small island to the north called Driella. This island was not always called Driella, but in fact was renamed after the invading queen Aelia Driella. Leading her army in a so-called holy war, the self-styled queen installed herself on the throne and cleansed the island, eradicating the native people and their culture. Our story takes place some 300 years after those events, and like most stories, we do not start with the big issues of the world, but rather the small daily lives of people. And like most games of D&D, we start in a tavern. In this tavern, a small group of individuals meet after accepting the simple job of escorting a dwarf and her supplies north to the larger town of Mudgulgund. That was when our story began, and those four people would go on to travel the world to meet new adventurers, new friends, and new family. Calling themselves the Rootless Guardians, they freed a small town of bandits, they emancipated an entire city of enslaved prisoners, and built a reputation as heroes of the small, saviours of the displaced, and defenders of the thousands that have found themselves uprooted from an island they'd once called home. With a number of smaller adventures along the way, this small group of misfits and apparent nobodies eventually found themselves stood at the head of an army. Leaders of a rebellion, the Rootless Guardians helped install Kira Driella on the throne, and in turn, the once Queen's daughter dissolved the corrupt systems of government and began the process of transitioning into democracy. At the table with me, as we continue that story, are those heroes, the Rootless Guardians.
Hi, my name's George. I play a half elk. Oh, that'd be fun. A half orc.
It's half elk. It's the front two legs and the.
That centaur picture will haunt my dreams. I play a half orc called Geska, Iggy to their friends. Iggy is a druid / sorcerer, bit whiffy on the homebrew there, but we're working it out and it's fun, it works. Iggy is a rather late addition to the Rootless Guardians. Came in partway through their journey, has helped them with many things, but was found by the Rootless Guardians when they travelled to the top of a mountain and met a phoenix named Solaris. Solaris helped keep me alive, and I helped keep Solaris's den nice and pretty and tidy. Since then I've been travelling with these guys and they're pretty fun. Haven't killed anyone yet, but jury's out so far.
Hello, I'm Matthew. I play Nuida. He is a very bad changeling. He is a level 12 trickster cleric, and he worships a god of mischief, fertility, and crops called the Dagda, the big sky father himself. Though if there is one thing he does not like, it's being typecast as a cleric, because he is not a healer. And if there's one thing he can do, it's cause chaos, mischief, tomfoolery, and just generally get in the way of his party's goals at any point possible. But according to himself, he is a founding member of the party, even though he joined it late. He is the backbone, the glue that holds the whole place together, the leader. And honestly, the best person to have ever lived. And I think his party mates would agree with him. As you can see, they're all smiling and laughing. They fully are 100% in agreement. That's Nuida.
Hi, I'm Catherine. My voice is a little bit funny because I'm just recovering from COVID, but I play Nui. She's a very short, ginger human who is a bardlock, so she's bard and warlock. She's a little bit spooky, a little bit spontaneous, and a whole lot of fun.
Hello,
I was saying that's me.
hello, I'm Dia. I play Orkane. He is a quarter elf druid ranger who has a heart almost as big as his tits. He has no tits. The tits are metaphorical. He is a man on a mission to make great food and great memories, and rid the earth of whatever baddies want to harm his beautiful home that he calls Driella, whether human, beast, or other. He is tall and beefy and handsome. And he was found by the party in the woods, just chilling and going through his daddy and mommy issues in the wild. So, yeah,
as you do.
Yeah.
He is not the brains of the party, but he is the body, and yeah, we're happy with that.
Also not the brawn. But he does have Schrodinger's tits.
He has muscles for show. The muscles are for show, but they are there. Thank you.
It's giving.
He serves and he eats. Thank you. That's right.
Did anybody claim being the brains of the? Because I don't think we have brains.
Not
Statistically, Nui is the brains.
Nui, yes.
However, today we've discovered Catherine can't count to 6.
Sorry, and this is Nuida Erasure because he clearly is the brains of the party.
I'm not too
I
sure.
don't know.
The speakeasy.
Did you not hear my of him? Did you not hear?
Anyway, I'm Cecilia. I am also recovering from COVID. I play Ushuaia, who is a Kalishtar, not from Driella, actually. She is from the city of Cadmus in a different island. She is a paladin of Kadarth, who's a dragon, an ancient dragon, and also a sorcerer. She came to the Rootless Guardians because she receives visions that entice her to go and sort of help those in need. One of those visions being to protect Nui from the cult of Larlock. She has the best intentions in the world, but often those intentions are they lead her to trouble because she does not have a great understanding of human relationships, but she means well. She's also super impulsive, and she is very lucky that she has not died multiple horrible deaths with the crazy shit that she pulls off. But she's a badass. And a dumb one at that. That's Ushuaia.
Well, a year has passed since the War of Queens, and our guardians have been working hard to support the transition of power. Unbeknownst to them, the Blue Orc Kutuzara has also been working hard. Finally able to pinpoint Nui's location, the cult of Larlock came in the dead of night to take her blood. After a brief fight in their own home, the Rootless Guardians chased Kutuzara away, but not before he got what he came for. Capturing one of his followers, you discovered he planned on using Nui's blood during the next lunar eclipse to finally complete Larlock's ritual of ascension, the ritual that Nui's ancestor Sabine had interrupted many centuries ago. Racing northeast to face Kutuzara, you, the Rootless Guardians, have been constantly attacked by elemental beings, seemingly crashing between planes to target you specifically. In the town of Enalone, you met Leovan, a noted expert on all things interplanar, and enlisted his help uncovering what was happening out there. And through it all, Orkane's dreams that had once been responsible for intense night terrors as a child, have returned. With even more questions hanging over you, but focus on the task at hand, we pick up where last we left off. You had woken up after having set up camp outside, kind of about half a day's journey away from where you suspected Kutuzara to be. Travelling that distance, you found the remnants of a long disused, perhaps mine or some other excavation site out here in the wilds. Discovering it was encased in this fog of perpetual darkness, you lowered yourselves in to find this large pit and a number of different offshooting tunnels, most of which had collapsed. Nearing the pit, you discovered that the stalagmites were in fact teeth, and this was a overgrown mimic of sorts, or some other creature pretending to be the ground, but in fact alive and waiting for prey. Making a rapid descent, we rejoin the Guardians as you are charging down a tunnel off to one side, and you notice as you're running along, and you can kind of still hear that lashing tongue crashing into the rocks behind you. You can see the various wooden supports that once here, eventually they're kind of evenly placed, and then they kind of stop and the smooth edge ceases and you end up in this natural cavern. And in fact, if we would like to open up Owlbear Rodeo, I can show you what you see, which is this sort of large cavernous space. Over to one side, you can hear this gentle trickling of water. It is dark, although I believe we have dark vision covered in one form or another across the group. So you can kind of see in this sort of grey scale here, this broken earth spilling out into this cavern before you.
Yes. I would like to kind of start investigating, listening around with her dark vision goggles, just looking around, trying to see what's in the surrounding areas and pick up any signs of maybe footprints.
Okay.
In terms of direction where people might have been.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Okay. Do you know what's plus 10? 13.
Okay.
Anybody? No, okay. No one
So-
wanted to help. It's fine.
Oh, help. I'm sorry.
Alright, you guys just hang out in the cave.
No, just chill.
I'll be the one here. Just having a look.
So, Nui, you step forward, kind of going further into the cave, and there is, as you kind of get closer, you can see this thin layer of water making a very shallow, I dare say, pool that sort of spreads out throughout most of this space. And across the other side, you can make out where this water is trickling through. There's a few small gaps at the very top there. It's not a huge space, but there's enough to kind of see that this water is just trickling through, not kind of rushing out, but trickling through and then kind of filling up in the ground below you. And there is a tunnel that goes further. We'll say northward. I'm pretty sure this should be rotated, but for the sake of ease, I'm going to use north as the compass point for this.
Is fresh water?
Yeah, I would like to check
Um,
as status of the water.
Make a survival check.
Would you like to roll with advantage?
I don't need it, but yeah. Yeah, I'll take it.
Feeling brave.
23 with advantage.
So you dip it. It is a little salty. This is seawater.
Oh. Can I also? Is there anything interesting about the plants around? Like any the things growing? Anything growing? Like any flora, fauna? I guess fauna, not flora, not fauna. I don't know. Plants.
With that 23, I'll give you. There is a lot of kind of it's fungus. It's cavernous plants. Do you have proficiency of herbalism, or because I do have?
Maybe I could. I want to. I'd like that. No.
I do if you're having this thought out loud.
Yeah.
Basically, you begin pondering the utility of some of these plants, and with the proficiency, Iggy, I would say that you would see here a potential to look for plants that typically grow deep in caverns or even kind of swampy or, dare I say, underdark locations. So things like moonflowers that you would use to make a concoction called Night Eyes, something that's used to help with perception and dark vision.
Interesting.
I would like to light a torch. And I'm also going to take Squelch out of my bag and throw him on the nearest patch of mushrooms I can find. Get rid of them.
Okay. So the torch ignites, spreading this sort of more bright light. The colour, where it's all being grayscale, the colour sort of melts back in, and you can see these surprisingly vibrant reds and yellows in the undergrowth here. And then there's a wet sort of splat as this mushy mass of vegetation sort of slaps down against the mushrooms, and you can just hear this sort of happy little squelching as Squelch begins to pull in the mushrooms from the rock into him.
And also, I'd like to just burn some of them.
What?
Okay. It's a very acrid smell. It's not great.
Oh.
Kane is like, what are you doing, man?
I don't like my.
And
I don't.
we're just gonna run over to him when we see him doing that and kind of smack the torch away, or wherever his hand is on the torch, and be like, yeah, let's just announce to everybody that we're here with your fire and your lights and your burning of things and the smell of smoke and everything. Do you not remember there's a halfling girl possibly maybe down here with her life at risk?
It's a very good point.
I'll protect you.
No, your fixation on mushrooms is ridiculous.
You can't let the mushrooms control you, Noida.
Exactly.
But they're gross, and I don't know if you know this, but they give off spores, and they can get inside of you, and there's mushrooms that can grow inside of your brain. Do you want brain mushrooms? Do you all want brain rot?
No.
Brain fungus? You want to be brain fungus?
I'm not sure these are the ones that do that though.
Could they be? Are they?
Sure.
Nuda, are they?
I'm not taking any precautions.
Maybe you
And I
should.
grab the torch back.
You're not taking any precautions.
Oh, also, just a note, I forgot to include it in my character description, but Nuda is incredibly hot. No matter what face he's in, great hot, very hot. Great
I thought you
hair.
were gonna. I thought you were going to say allergic to mushrooms.
No,
Yeah,
he is.
so did I.
Yeah. He's also allergic to mushrooms. If the form he's in has tits, great tits. He looks great
You're still currently female Arcane, yes?
with great tits. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
but
but
weren't you short?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I'm 5 foot.
Yeah.
4'11" or whatever. I pick my torch back up.
I pick you up.
No.
And I say,
I use control flames to put it out.
buddy, we have been through worse. If I got you and these mushrooms, I will fuck them up if they come near you. Promise. You were so safe. I got you.
He's holding me, but I'm like frantically looking around, checking if any of the mushrooms are sentient.
I'm like, close your eyes. Close your eyes. I'll tell you when you're good.
Nuri says, Arcane, you're just so thoughtful. I mean, why can't there be more people in the world like you?
It's very nice. Are there any animals
I'd like to.
around?
So there's nothing you can see me that you can make a perception check to try and look something obscure, or a survival check to see if there had been something previously.
I will go perception. 3.
How can I give you advantage? Can I return the?
Sure.
Of course.
I'll allow it.
Did you look over there?
But did you look over there?
15. So I definitely hadn't looked in that direction, but now I'm looking.
What was it? Sorry, 15.
15.
So you kind of move further in, and just stopping and listening. It's very still down here. There's just that trickling of water, and you wonder if perhaps the sound of the water is obscuring any other noises further out. But certainly this chamber seems pretty empty.
Can I make a perception check to see if any of the mushrooms are moving or sentient?
Sure.
While Noah is doing that, can I try and pick some mushrooms?
Yeah.
I just want to pick a collection of the various fauna.
22.
Nuda, you stop and pay very close attention, watching intensely as the mushrooms sit in perfect stillness.
I'm like, Iggy, stop! I just saw that one move. I swear to the tiger, I saw that one move. Don't stop it. Stop. Put them back.
And as Iggy stops and looks up at you, in this quiet, you hear a voice.
Oh God.
It's difficult to discern. You're not sure of the words. If it is in common, you can't make out. But there is, beyond that water, through that thin gap at the top of the water's coming out, there are voices.
I'm like, shh. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
Yes, probably.
Do I hear it?
So if you all stop now with it being drawn to you, I would say everyone, where is it? Except for Shuai would be able to make out the sounds of just distant voices beyond the water.
Nuri's gonna kind of press forward through the cave. I'd say just kind of at least to this in-betweeny openy bit here.
Yeah, please by all means do move your tokens through to kind of show me where it is you're looking. But yeah, moving around this open space is much for muchness. Nui, as you come around there, Shuai drinks a potion of growth and enlarges 3 sizes. There you are.
I just want to get up here.
So that is actually, it's a bit, you actually, no, I'd say you can climb that. You'd climb up, and then Nui looking across, and from there you can see in that upper left corner animal bones. Not a lot, but just scattered through, right, tucked away in the corner.
Definitely.
Larger than a rodent, smaller than like a average domestic dog, or somewhere in that sort of zone.
I'll like whisper shout back to the guys. It's like, guys, this seems like a feeding spot for something. There's bones everywhere. We should probably keep moving.
Let's
Okay,
move.
Arcane, put me down, Arcane.
No, I got you, buddy.
No, I need to get Squelch.
Crouch.
I never really like. Oh, okay. I put it down.
I pick up Squelch and I go to where Nui is, and I throw him on the bone. See if he has any interest in eating them.
There's this like soft lift of dust that rides up, and then just a very gentle sizzling sound as he just absorbs the organic matter.
Skull, does that like poke out the top like it's his head?
If you throw it hard enough on it.
So canon that.
I mean, like father, like son, he's gonna swallow them bones. That rubbish.
Wow.
I would like to get closer to the water, maybe on here. And I'm looking at the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Is it an illusion? So what I would like to do, don't answer that. What I would like to do is cast Mage Hand and try to put the Mage Hand through it and see what happens.
Okay. What does your Mage Hand look like?
My Mage Hand looks like
A dragon claw.
literally what I was gonna say, a purple dragon claw.
Okay, cool. So as you kind of hold your hand up, this draconic claw in that sort of purple, violet colours gradually floats forward across over the water towards where you can hear that sound of trickling water. And just the claw, and then taps gently against rock on the other side, where the water is pooling down the side. There's this rock surface, and it seems to touch contact.
Okay. That's wrong.
Can I cast Wild Companion?
You can use a use of wild shape to summon a familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you like it to be?
A moth. I like a big moth.
I'm trying to think what the closest would be. Is it a raven? Is the bird familiar, isn't it? Okay. So yeah, this very large moth. Oh, hello. Thor's just jumped on my lap. Yeah, this very large moth just pulls out from the rock, seemingly materializing from the earthy matter, and then floating free. And yeah, what would you like them to do?
Can I also see through its eyes? Something. I want to send it down through the tunnels.
Okay. Let me just drop in a little token. We'll use this for your moth. So are you sending it northward?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and then I will road test this. Boom! If that didn't work, it'd be really embarrassing.
It did work.
Yeah. So, floating up through this space, make a perception check using the, you'll need to go to extras,
Here. Yeah.
then manage extras, and add a familiar. So you choose the category familiar,
Mm-hmm.
and then use Raven because that felt to me appropriate, and just add that.
Mm-hmm.
And then under Raven, you'll now under extra. Sorry, you now see the Raven. If you click on it, it'll tell you what your perception modifier is.
+3.
Okay, so make a perception check as the moth.
So I roll a d20 +3.
That's
Wow.
the ticket.
I am getting good. 12.
Yeah, good. 12. Okay. So yeah, floats through. A lot more of this sort of mushroom undergrowth, and another opening across to the other side.
I'm just gonna have it keep going so if anybody else needs to jump in and do stuff timey-wimey.
Okay. So then we come up.
I did
Yes?
want to just quickly mention that I think at the end of the last session I still had passed without a trace up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you cast it going into the sort of pit, as it were, which would apply to anyone in your location. So not the moth, but the rest of you would be kind of quite well in there. And as a note, Orcane's eyes are completely like blacked out at the moment, as Orcane looks at the moth. Orcane, the moth has a choice here. In this open cavern, it splits like a T-junction. You can go further left or right. Left looks like it's a narrower, darker tunnel with which ascends. The right is a bit more open.
Left.
Okay. So following this sort of gradual incline of this rocky sheaths, this is much more natural. And as you come up here, you can begin to see, especially actually for this moth, these quite thick strings of silver stretching from one side of the sort of cavern to the other, crisscrossing in a number of directions. And I'd actually like for you to make either an acrobatics or athletics check. So that's either strength or dexterity, to avoid kind of colliding into these. Well, either acrobatics to avoid it or athletics to push through it is the idea.
But strength or dexterity modifier?
Yes.
5.
Okay. So gets to about here, and I will remove that little fog. So as you're watching through the eyes, it's like darting between, narrowly avoiding, and then pulls up, and just one of the wings is stuck. And as it tries to pull and pull, spins around, and then the other wing is stuck. And it's sort of at this really odd angle, wings outspread, looking out at this large cavernous space with a number of these thick strands of silver and white, a number of small rocky encasings, sort of spherical shapes wrapped around in the same sort of material in this big open space.
Eggs?
But unfortunately, at the moment, they are stuck there.
Are they eggs? Sorry, or Kane would know. Dia is dumb as rocks.
Make a survival check. And I'm going to give you disadvantage based on the fact that you can't actually go and investigate them from this perspective.
15 disadvantage.
May well be. Would kind of, the scale is a little off. You're not sure if it's the fact that you were looking through moth eyes that kind of threw it, but very similar to some kind of arachnid or other insect sort of egg. Whilst Orcane has been doing that, I can see the others have been moving around. Is there anything particular you'd like to be doing or looking at or looking for?
I would like Nuda to be like investigating this little area with the bones to see if it's like some sort of nest or like something, like if there was something that lived here.
Make either an investigation or survival check.
Let me have a look. I'm gonna go with survival.
Okay.
That's 15.
15 survival. It's similar to kind of things you've encountered before that might imply, like, it's that thing of where the leftover food is typically a nest. So it's the question of, if the bones were brought here, ate from, and then left, it's probably a nest. That's what, you leave your sort of trappings. But if something died here unintentionally, then that's the question you still have. Like, you're not sure if it was the bones were brought here intentionally or not. So it definitely could be.
Don't like that.
Anything from Iggy? And I'll work around the table. You.
Yep, I'd have seen Nuada taking a peek at stuff, and I guess I would just help. But unless there's not much more to add to that, then yeah.
I'm happy for you to roll or grant the advantage on that one.
I'll roll as well. I'm silently
Okay.
also looking. That's only a 14.
Okay, yeah. So nothing to add. Nui, anything you'd like to be doing?
Just standing sort of tentatively where the sort of cave branches off or into that other tunnel, just kind of watching and listening.
All right, and Ashwaya, I see you're stood with Nui.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay close to Nui. That I would like to also kind of keep an eye out on footsteps, particularly direction and amount of.
Okay. Make a survival check.
5.
All right. Anything anyone else would like to do?
Orkane is like feeling over, like he can't see, so he's just trying to he's feeling his way around the rocks, trying to get to other people without breaking.
Just for my own benefit, you can drop in and out. So is that Orkane, like, is Orkane just choosing to stay in the vision of the moth?
This is his first time doing it, so I don't know if he knows he can drop in and out. So he's fumbling.
So yeah, I'm with you. Cool.
Guys. Everyone's left his side. He's just there alone.
Hello. Guys.
You all can hear Orkane stumbling around.
I turn around and I run back. I sprint. What? I hold his outstretched hand.
Guide me.
Where?
I sent a moth creature down the tunnels, and he's stuck. She's stuck. They're stuck. It's stuck. And I'm seeing what it sees, and I can't see you.
Orkane.
Yeah.
Guide you where? Where do you want to go?
With you.
Orkane.
Don't leave me.
Orkane. Open your eyes.
They are open.
Orkane.
Yes.
Think about opening your eyes and just open them.
Oh my god, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. I've never looked at you before. Oh my god. Oh.
Are you okay?
Wow.
That was a lot.
Oh, that was so scary. How does Nui do that? Oh.
I can do that too. He says offended.
Oh, all right. There's I know where we shouldn't go. There's a room. We should just go. We should get out of here. There's nothing in this room. Let's go.
Through the waterfall, or
no, straight. We're Nui, and because I can see them. I can see them right there. We're Nui and Ushuaia, go there. Let's go there.
Okay, okay, if you say so. I go, and I'm very careful to make a wide path around any mushrooms.
Absolutely. All right. So, are you following the tunnel through then? Yeah.
I'm telling everybody what I saw in the meantime. Like, I'm like
Okay.
guys, like I sent, there was like a moth, and I saw, oh my God, what I saw. I think it's still there. I think it's stuck there. I think I've done a murder. I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to think about it.
We've all done a murder.
But we don't need to go to the left. There are eggs in there. Big
Yeah.
eggs.
It's okay. The moth. It's with Miss Kelly now.
Oh.
Who's Miss Kelly?
She's the party. She's very fabulous. One of the greatest people I've ever known.
People?
She means so much to me. I miss her every day. I can't think about it. I can't think about it. I'm sorry.
We will lean into Shwaya and say, it was a pet lizard. He made her wear shoes. Let's go.
And a cowboy hat.
Okay.
Both were painted.
As you,
Where did you get the shoes and the hat for a lizard?
What do you mean?
Well, I've got Mouse, and I'll take out Mouse and I just be like, maybe I hadn't thought of it before, but I spent some time without shoes or anything in my life, and I just never thought that maybe Mouse would like shoes.
No, Miss Kelly came. She picked the shoes and the hat herself.
Wow.
I don't know if you know this, and I appreciate that you're not the most worldly of people, but there's a whole lizard society out there. Right under our feet, they've got everything. They've got streets, they've got houses, they've got shops, they've got.
No, see, I know that because where I'm from, there's dragon folk and lizard folk just.
Oh
just
yeah. I mean the little.
Okay, you mean little ones?
Yeah.
They're children. Yeah, I know lizard children.
Okay, do you think all lizards are baby lizard folk?
I'd never thought of that before.
Are you? Okay, so you think a salamander's gonna grow up and speak?
I mean, if it wants to, I don't see why it couldn't.
And a chameleon will just,
Well, like I said, where I'm from, there's all kinds of people. It's not, here on Driella, it's a little more, segregated.
That's fair. I know somebody back. I met somebody on my travels who's a master at leather goods, and he could make your friend a little mouse hat.
I thought you were going into a little mouse hat.
What?
I thought you were going to say into a little mouse hat.
No. Yeah.
You see that, Mouse? We could get you a hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have a thing.
Maybe we should get my girlfriend or boyfriend or they friend.
Yeah.
I take off the hat of vermin and summon a rat. Then I try and catch it.
make an animal handling check.
21.
Are you always wearing the hat of vermin?
Always. In my head, it's really tiny, and it's like right at the back of my head. So if you didn't look, it's a tiny, tiny top hat, and if you didn't look, you wouldn't see it.
So it just sort of reaches up and then just pulls out a full. Rats are big, like a full rat, like just put by the tail. Just presents it to mouse, rat, mouse.
I hold it out. Mwah! Mwah!
Oh, you got a friend.
Ushuaia, the rat tries to bite the mouse.
Hey.
Oh, they're not compatible. Oh God. He's a misogynist, and I drop the rat.
I put Mouse back in my.
You tuck
Stuff.
Mouse back into, the safe space that Mouse lives in when we don't have to think about it. And
Yes.
Nuda, you toss the rat aside, and it lands against the wall, scurries, and then gets stuck in, as you're kind of now walking forward, this massive, thick spider web that runs across the wall, and it's there scurrying and pulling and trying to break through and getting more tangled as it does so.
I think the eggs I saw are probably spider eggs. Now that I think about, with all the webs in here.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. What are spiders scared of? Are spiders scared of mushrooms?
Well, the spider, you saw those bones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd be scared of us. So I think we should try to avoid it. Have I ever seen a big spider? Maybe, Arcane, the advanced.
I believe in some of our early adventures you fought giant spiders.
Yeah. Can I use Bold Earth to clear some of the web?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna...
what's his face? Used to wild shape into spiders
Mistwim.
sometimes to climb walls.
Yeah.
This one.
Ew. Not like ew, but I don't like spiders. Yeah. What are spiders? So then, what are spiders scared of? Are they fire? Usually.
Most things are scared of fire.
Should we?
Probably
Burn away some of the.
Well, I've used this spell just because we don't want to alert anybody of our presence.
That's smart.
So,
I think.
And the way the mold earth we're doing it is almost like bringing the cave, reaches out, and pulls the web back into the. So it just is like dusting itself.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
I think we're all the brains. I think we're all the whole brains.
Could I
Collectively, we make one
Yeah.
brain.
We are the brain. Just the one.
could I free the rat that is struggling?
Yes, you can.
I'm just gonna pick it up and smell it. Does it smell like a rat?
First of all, make an animal handling check to try and. It's one thing to pull it out, but then to be able to keep hold of it as it's just frantically throwing itself around.
That's a 16.
Oh no! Where are you? Oh, of course, I picked the darkest die. So you just take 2 points of piercing damage as you manage to hold onto it, but it does bite into your hand a bit and just draws like a little bit of blood. And yes, it smells exactly like a rat. It is a rat.
Can I? Yeah, but is it? Would I be able to discern whether it's fey in nature or whether
That's
it's?
what I mean. Like it's a rat. Like as far as you can tell, like it's a
Cool.
rat.
It bit me. Can I just? Through the use of produce flame, just incinerate it. It's got 1 HP, right?
So just to recap, you pull the rat free. It bites your hand. Your hand bursts into flames, as does the rat's skull.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That happens.
Thank you.
Do we
and there
see?
is that.
Are we witnessing this? Is he doing it? Are you doing it behind our back?
I'm not being quiet. I'm not being sneaky. I do have pass without a trace up. So.
But yeah, I mean, anyone in the room would definitely have seen that happen. It's it's not a quiet action. It's rats squeaking away as it's pulled out of the wall, and then squeaks away as it incinerates, and then stops.
For anyone looking, I just say I've got no time for misogynistic rats.
I throw Squelch on the charred bones.
Iggy, if you're
This is
hungry,
like
don't forget I gave you a treat.
You did. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still gonna do that. It didn't. I'm okay. But thank you. Thank you for reminding me that is useful.
yeah, just awful smell of squelch being cooked a little bit, like not cooked, but like it's just all of that rotten vegetation just being like warmed up in here. Anyway, so coming out into this sort of T-shaped junction, if you will, you have that choice that Orkane has obviously spoken against to the left, where it's this sort of narrow passageway with webs crisscrossing across it, or indeed to the right, where I can see Nui's move towards.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we burn the eggs?
Ah!
I think we should leave them alone, and they might leave us alone.
That doesn't usually work out for us, but I think this might be different. I agree.
I imagine we've got a tough fight ahead. We maybe don't want to get distracted.
I'm laser focused. I don't know what lasers are, but level focus.
That's fair. Did you want to
Full of
get your,
focus, them lasers.
Did you want to get your moth back, or just ignore it completely?
Well, I can't go in there. I'll get stuck. It is a Fey moth. But I think it will be okay. I blinking back into his eyes.
You don't. You close your eyes to look through the moths, and you just see the inside of your eyelids.
Moth is dinner.
Yeah, I think it made it out. I think it went back to the Oh, that's such a relief, actually.
I love a happy ending.
Huh?
I love a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah, it must have went back home. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's keep going.
Great.
So this chamber opens up, and you can see what were these small little fungal growths are 3 or 4 foot tall toadstools of yellows and reds and greens, and there is sort of, it's not like a field of, they're in like these small clusters, but they are massive.
I'm holding on to Nuida.
Nope.
Arm is firmly on the shoulder.
Avert your eyes.
I'm looking. I'm checking for signs of life.
Mhm.
Are they sentient? Are they moving?
Seem to be perfectly still at the moment.
I don't trust it.
I'm gonna just move just in front of Nui. I'm just gonna see what the situation is, and I'm gonna mage hand and just touch one and see what happens.
So the draconic hand reaches forward, and then there is this cloud of spores that floats out before settling in the immediate radius. You sort of, and you touch one of the yellow ones, and it's this yellow puff of spores that pillows out from it.
Cool. And what is the radius of explosion?
It doesn't seem to stretch super far, like in the immediate vicinity.
Cool. All right. So I think if we avoid them, then we'll be okay. So I'll hug the wall on the right-hand side, going that way to avoid disturbing the toadstools.
I'm just going to move Ashwai. When you say right-hand side, we're talking like this side, right as you're looking in, yeah?
Yeah.
So that would bring you round to be able to see. As you kind of get further along, there's this thin gap in the rocky, the cavern walls, and you can just see through it this small, shallow little pond of water with some sort of growth. I forget the word now, but that's sort of like mossy growth
Algae.
over the top, like algae. Thank you. Growing over the top of it. And what you do see... Oh, Mage hand, yeah.
Mage hand again, just fingering the algae.
It's only polite.
I mean, that's what I always say.
With consent.
With consent. So, you just, dip the tip of the finger in, test the waters.
Tip. Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Right.
And the algae kind of splits out, and again, as it's disturbed, there is this sort of puffing of just very fine, just above the surface of the water, like whatever kind of spore or organic matter is disturbed by that motion. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
It's more like a come hither.
From above?
A scoop.
Or is it like, yeah, I'll leave it. I'll let you.
Debate yourself.
Matt, please continue.
And yeah, it's still for a moment, and just as you think, okay, doesn't seem to be anything there, there is this like bubble of air that builds up from the water, like it'll like encasing around the mage hand. So like the hand is here, and the bubble goes around it, kind of pushing it against, and then bursts, and there's this acrid splash that fills that whole like chamber of just this sort of thick black sort of liquid that just bursts out in all directions, just splashing down at your feet as you stand at the edge.
Does it have any effect on the ground or the walls around? Like, does it burn or does it do anything?
Yeah, so looking down, make a perception check.
Ooh, 16.
So you look down and you can see this probably about 1 or 2 inch spider that's like just scurrying, disturbed by your footprints, and then this liquid splashes across it, and 2 of the legs and a big chunk of the abdomen just instantly sort of melts away, and it.
Yeah, we definitely want to be avoiding that. That looks like it's gonna hurt. That looks like it's gonna hurt. We'll avoid. Avoid.
All right.
As the 5 of you move into this space, you can see at the far end this not entirely sheer, sort of gradual slope, which then smooths out at the top, and you can just see like so if you imagine it's like 20-foot ceiling, it's probably about 5 to 10 feet of slope, and then there's a ledge up there.
A ledge.
Yeah. We could try climbing up the ledge.
Yeah, by all means. Make an acrobatics or athletics check.
If I give her a boost
Again.
up, can she do it with advantage?
By all means, yeah. So you see Nui beginning to like reach the scramble, and you sort of lift her straight up from the legs.
What do you see, Nui?
19 altogether.
Okay.
Doing,
yeah, lifted. Sorry.
On athletics.
Lifted up by Orcane from behind, you're able to kind of grab hold, pull up, and there's a little bit of like loose rocks that spill backwards, but you can see this kind of big open space up here, and there is 1 opening to the left and 2 to the right.
If I know anything about caves. Sorry, I don't see that. That's Nui.
I'll share that information with everyone. Still sort of like whisper shouting.
I'll start helping people. Like I'll be boosting people up.
Yeah.
So I'll do Nuida next if you're willing.
I'm still standing at the entrance of the cave.
I go
My
back.
apologies. I thought that was an oversight.
I'm not. I'm. Mm-mm.
Actually, no. I'll leave you for now.
You and I, we can help Iggy up, and then I'll go.
Between you, especially the taller folk here, it's easy enough to boost each other up. And as you're in the process of doing that, also like Nui, now that you've been able to kind of straighten up and look to your right, you've got this vantage point straight shot down that tunnel, and you can see a small pool of water just in the distance. But more importantly, you hear now much clearer the sound, the sort of muffled sound of those voices.
Nui's going to start very quickly moving towards the voices, but quickly, stealthily.
Make a stealth check.
Until she gets just to that point there.
No.
What?
Plus 6 plus 10, so 16. 17.
So a natural 1 for a total of 17. Okay. Good to know. Let's put a pin in that for just a second. So you've seen that you've started moving. Meanwhile, Orkane, you are now left at one end of this cavern with the mushrooms, Nuda at the other. Ashwar and Iggy, you've just reached the top, and you can see Nui beginning to creep down that tunnel.
I'm going over to Nuada.
No, listen, go. I'm gonna keep an eye out for the spider. I'll bring up the rear. I don't want us to.
Nuada, we can't leave you. You will get eaten by that spider.
I-
You'll get eaten by that spider, partner.
I faced down I defeated an entire dragon by myself.
But no.
I did.
Look, well, that's even more reason we need you.
Listen, if you need help, shout, right? Shout for help. I'm gonna keep an eye out for the spider.
Help!
No, listen, right? It would, I don't want us to be ambushed by a spider. Cause I care about you all too much to let you get eaten by a spider. And look, okay, it's really important to me that you go on ahead without me. I'm gonna watch your back.
There's nothing I can do There's nothing I can say, yes, sir.
Look, think of this as repayment. All those times you've looked after us, you've fed us. This is paying you back.
I pick him up.
Over the shoulder or bridal style?
Like bear hug.
I resist. This is gonna be like the top of the cave all over again.
Yep.
You're gonna fall into the mushrooms.
So we're gonna need to make a grapple check. So Orkane's athletics versus Nuda's either athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, 14.
14 for Nuda. Orkane.
8.
Okay. So Orkane grabs you in the bear hug, lifts, and as he goes to lift Nuda, you're able to just you sort of use your changing ability to spin in and slip down, and then duck out of the way.
I would like to cast Blink.
Sure. Please roll your d20.
If it's over an 11 or under 11, let me double check. It is.
I think it's 11 or up.
Yeah, over an 11. 16.
Okay. So Nuda slips out from your arms and then disappears entirely.
Wait, if you did blink, and I know that he's not in the dimension anymore, or is he? I can't remember.
I would say you've traveled together enough, you've seen the spell enough that you would know that Nuda is slipping in and out of the ethereal plane.
Let me see.
Especially with your specialism in that space.
I know you're still here, and I know you can hear me. I gotta go where I'm needed. I wish you would be there behind me because I care about you and we need you. But this is your fight to conquer. I'll leave you to it. Hope to see you in there. And I go.
Okay. So you make your way back and then climb up the edge with the help of Ashwar and Iggy at the top. Nuda.
I reappear, and I turn around and I'm looking for the spider.
Alrighty. So, Nui. You begin creeping down the tunnel and you are taking your time. Iggy and Deshwai, you just finished pulling Orkane up, so Orkane's like just clambering over the edge, and you look to your side and you watch as Nui is full, like, walking down the tunnel, just in the center of the tunnel. And beyond that, you can see that water, and what you begin to notice, Ashwar, 3 of you begin to notice that water's got this very soft luminescence to it. There's a vibrancy to that blue that's almost like a glow. And Nui, as you're creeping along, stumbling, you hear those voices beginning to take shape into words. Do you speak Abyssal?
No.
Okay. You do not understand the words,
Okay.
but you do understand that it is a language being spoken. And as you stumble and fall to your knees, sending a cascade of rocks splashing forward into the water, you are close enough now to see this stone dais lifting up from the water before you. It is about 20 foot square. It's a big stone dais. And on the center of it appears to be this you're not sure from here, but like there's like a symbol or a statue or something in the center, and there are 4 hooded figures stood around the outside, and they are chanting and calling. And as you stumble forward and there's this splash, they look up, and in that moment, in this sort of freeze frame, they look up across at you. Whatever they were doing cut short in the surprise. And then there is a crack and a tremble and a burst as bits of rock and debris are loosened and fall crashing in all directions around you. Nuada, where you are waiting for the spider, there is a shake in the earth, and the dais is cracked asunder as this large tendril reaches up through, opens up, reaches down, closes entirely around one of these figures, and then tunnels back into the earth below. And there's like this tail whips around. I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Was the tendril friend-shaped?
Find out.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Was it
And
nature?
was it so?
Sexy in nature?
Ooh.
That depends on your tendril preferences.
Yes. Oh boy.
It's got some hooks in that ribbed piece. Oops.
Well, at least one of them's gone, right?
Okay, can I get initiative for Nui, please?
18.
Nuada.
14.
Okay.
23.
Ooh, for
I
sure.
hate it.
17.
Iggy.
16.
Okay. So in this moment, there is this shuddering, this shaking, this crack, this almighty splashing of rocks, debris being thrown everywhere, water splashed up. Nui, you feel it splashing up your all the way up towards you as you climb back to your feet. And we're going to take a short break.
Ooh.
Oh.
We'll take 8 to 10 minutes, I believe was the agreed upon.
Oh, it was 8 exactly.
8 minutes for a very important reason. Catherine?
As
Would you like to-
top secret reasons.
Top secret.
Top secret reasons.
Yeah.
Fine.
We're fighting the good fight.
8
though.
minutes.
But we'll just take this time to have brief respite, whatever it is you need, and we'll be back here very, very shortly. See you all soon.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Hello and welcome back to Drama. We've just rolled initiative on something happening in this here cave, what we're in.
What we're in.
Yeah,
In these here parts.
in these here parts. And guess what? O'Kane, you've got initiative.
I don't. Double
You
it
do.
to somebody else. Okay.
You can hold.
What does I'm going to hold an action. Thank you, George.
Okay. What action would you like to hold?
He's gonna hold his arrow like this.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, his long, but he's not just holding the arrow. He's holding the whole like bow. And he's gonna hold it at attention to B, and he will, if anybody makes any combat movement on their end, he'll shoot it.
Okay. Are you moving at all, or are you staying all the way back here?
That sounded really pointed. No, I
didn't mean for it to. I genuinely didn't, because you're a sharpshooter. You can't see D and C, as it were, but you can see B enough that you'd be able to get a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Coolio. Nice
Cool.
and easy.
How sturdy does this cave look?
Make an intelligence check.
Eight.
Okay. It's clearly been here a while. You know that much. You also know that a lot of like loose rocks and debris were just thrown about in whatever loud crash that was, and through you can kind of obviously with your vision, even in the darkness, you can kind of see these grey shapes moving about, and whatever that was that just whipped out of the ground and then disappeared again.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Coming to the end of your turn, the kind of hooded figures that were here, you see they're like looking around, and one of them is going to, having seen Nui over in the corner, pulls this blade from their belt and is going to jump down from the dais from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that the one you were locked on at pulls the blade from its belt, jumps down, like runs towards Nui. One of the others jumps off and sort of disappears off around this way. And this one here is going to like step up and is looking down. You can't see where they're looking at, but they kind of step up and is looking down at the ground here.
Who is?
Nui, you're up. So C steps into the middle of the dais and is like looking down at the ground.
Okay. Nui is a little bit scared. Especially, I think, because she's like partially aware that probably that Nuda wasn't moving from his spot at the beginning of Giant Mushroom Cave. So she's gonna cast Wall of Fire.
Shit me.
Shepherd, so.
Just right in that square in front of him. Or on him.
On him.
So are you going to do like a wall? How you can make the wall quite long, right?
So I could make it less of a wall and more like a long ways thing.
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to
It
block
can
off,
be
because there is
60.
a tunnel to your side.
Yeah, it can be 60 feet long and 20 feet high and 1 foot thick.
Girthy.
So I think, yeah, I'll do one of
Does
them.
the job.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then just sort of, we can just double up the thickness. That'd be right, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Presuming you don't want to block off your own exit.
No.
Okay, cool. So this great fire erupts from the ground. The guy that's like running towards you just sort of stumbles back. And he saves on his turn, right? Not straight away.
It's when each creature within the area, they'll have to make a save if they enter the space, I believe.
Okay.
But half as much on a failed save as you do. If it says that bit about it being on their turn.
I'm pretty sure it's like when they enter it, or if they start their turn in its radius.
Did Orkane get a shot off?
Okay, and what were you waiting for specifically? Because he did run towards Nui with a blade out.
Aggressive action.
Aggression.
Okay, yeah, make your shot. You can use your reaction to fire. You get 2 attacks.
12. 14.
Both hit.
Ooh,
They are just
nice.
wearing these sort of cloaks, like robes. Doesn't seem to be wearing excessive armor, but you can tell anyway.
The first. Oh, okay. I would have made for the first one. After that, I would have made it my favored foe.
So you wouldn't be able to use the bonus action for favored foe because you're doing the held action as like a reaction.
Could I do a
Lots
bonus
of-
action at all? No, that's fair.
No, because this is now like no longer your turn. But you still get the damage from the normal attacks.
Cool. Then the damage is 14 and 10. 24.
Okay, so I will narrate this because and I'm willing because we are timey-wimey a little bit, see if it will change what you do, Nui. Because as this guy runs towards you, blade out, there's an arrow that goes clean between the eyes, and he just drops like a sack of shit into the water. The blade rolling across the floor to your feet.
I would still have done Wall
Still
of
will
Fire.
fire.
Because
Okay.
it was like when she fell or stumbled into the rocks and stuff, there was Big Beastie as well.
Okay.
As the 4 baddies. So, yeah.
All right. Any bonus actions from yourself, Nui?
No.
Okay, and any movement?
Yes. Just a little bit back.
Okay, cool.
I'll
Just a
move
little bit, like 5-10?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Alrighty. Ushuaia, and then I've got Iggy on deck.
Okay, so earlier, when Nui was up there, I was gonna say something, but I didn't because I wasn't up there yet. The thing I was gonna share was that if there's anything I know about caves, it's that those 2 passages probably connect. Now, I want you to make a ruling on this because I don't want it to be like meta gamey.
Well, the only thing I would say is that we from above can see that Ushuaia from your vantage point can't necessarily see the entrance from the other side. Does that make sense?
Yes. So my thinking is, having seen the Wall of Fire and thinking what I think I know about caves, I would go toward the other one. But is
Okay,
that
yeah,
a
that's
fair
fine.
assumption? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, if nothing else, it's I can't go that way. Let's see what's this way, right? I'm happy with
Right. Cool. So, for my bonus action, I'm going to grab my glaive and stick it into the ground and cast Kinetic Jaunt on myself.
that. Jaunty.
And also activate the Misty Step. So
Okay.
I will immediately move, is it 15 feet forward? 5, 10.
Wait, why are you using your Misty Step in 15 feet?
Is it?
Misty Step is 30 feet,
But it's my.
but your glaive has a different thing which moves you either 10 or 15. Have a look at the item description.
I'm pretty
So
sure
go
it's
to your inventory and
15 feet.
perfect. So yeah, as you
let me-
cast Kinetic Jaunt, you teleport 15, and then you're using bonus action to teleport another 30.
So I'm not
The
I'm
only
not doing
thing-
that. I misspoke.
Yeah.
I just meant that I'm
Okay.
I'm using the 15 feet.
I was going to say
thing.
because misstep is another spell. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So from there, so now I have an additional 10 feet of movement.
Mhm.
Cool. So I'm gonna start moving now. 5, 10, 15.
let me 1 second.
And
So as you teleport forward, like you hit the glaive in the ground, you feel this burst of energy rush through you, and as you begin to step forward, you're already 15 feet further forward. Rushing into the tunnel, you can see this guy has like thrown himself against the wall here, blade in hand, and you just close that distance.
close the distance, 2 attacks straight into like legs, torso immediately.
All right, roll for the attacks.
That's not great. What's 8 plus 6?
14.
Okay, so 14 on the first one.
Hits.
So I've got a D10 and a D6. Okay. So that is 6, 7, 8, 10 points of damage.
All right. So you rush forward, sweep the leg, and it comes clean off. And the guy falls to the ground, like holding his leg, and there's a scream of pain, and you instantly like just butt with the glaive and out. Kinetic Jaunt is a bonus action, right? We've not just screwed all this. Yeah, perfect, cool.
We need the SpongeBob guy. My leg.
That was just the first attack. So
Yes.
okay, cool. So no second attack because
There's nothing else here.
there's nothing else to do. So that is my turn.
Okay. Iggy, Nuida on deck.
Okay. These guys are somewhat dropping like flies.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna have an investigative round. I want to make sure we're not gonna get snuck up on from behind, so I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20 move over here, see if I can see what's up north. I'm also keeping eyes on Nuida to make sure nothing is going that way.
So you step up this way. You can see Nuida in the distance. Again, it's sort of the grey scale darkness, and to the north you see another like thin layer of algae floating on what looks to be a shallow pond.
Okay, for sure. I am going to look over at Nuida and shout. Do you see a spider?
Not yet. I don't know. Do I see a spider?
Not yet.
I can get you up here in a flash. Say when.
When?
Okay. I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp on Nuida.
Because Nuida is next, I won't go into the whole like hold action, whatever. We'll just vortex walk him up.
And get Nuida
well, you
up
tell me
here.
where you want him because you can throw him.
For sure. I'm gonna put him in front right here.
Okay. Alrighty. That's action. Anything else?
Bonus action. Oh wait, do I need to do that as an action?
Or am I wrong? Is that a bonus action?
No, sorry. Vortex Warp is an action, I believe. I was just wondering about activating Little Piggy, but I think that is an action to do that. So, no, I am good. I am going to just keep an eye back here of both. Well,
sure.
any in all directions that I can see.
Okay, cool. Trying to see what may or may not be coming.
Yeah, I'm just remaining
Nuida.
aware.
Nuida,
Okay.
you find yourself like thrown up, and you're now stood next to Orkane, who's just how you see the fire. What would you like to do?
I'm a bit disoriented. I'm sort of like and then I orient myself back to where I was, and I run up to the cliff edge. And I'm like looking out to see if I do see a spider. If I take if I hold an action, that's all I can do. I can't take a bonus action then hold my action, right?
Yeah, you can.
Or I can-
Yeah. Your action is the ready action, which prepares an action for later. You can do a bonus action and then action ready.
Okay, I would like to bonus action cast Holy Weapon.
Okay.
And ignite my sword.
Okay. The runes along the side glow in this sort of white, yellow, gold light, and then the green sort of vines wrap up the hilt. Illuminates in your hand.
And then I'm gonna hold an action to cast.
You can't cast 2 spells.
Oh yes, that's right. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to. Vibe.
You're going to action vibe.
I'll hold an attack in case anything is close enough that seems, like it's going to harm me, but otherwise, I'm hanging out.
Alrighty.
Oh, actually, I'm going to check if I blink.
Oh yeah, of course.
I do not.
You do what?
I do not.
Do not what?
Blink.
Oh.
Eyes peeled for spiders.
Okay. Nui, you begin to feel the ground rumbling at your feet. There's this burst of earth, and you are thrown up into the air as the ground beneath you erupts outward. Orkane and Nuada would have eye line to see. Iggy, you just see the debris thrown back. You can't see Nui from there. Nui, you're thrown into the air, and this tendril reaches up and then opens out like a Stranger Things Demogorgon, petaling out in all directions. And from this slow-mo kind of point as you're flying up through the air, you can see this tendril and this rows and rows of teeth, the tendril tongue, rows and rows of teeth as it reaches up for you. That is going to be not very good. Only a 16 to hit.
Hellish Rebuke.
Does it hit?
Maybe. Oh. How much was it?
16.
Misses.
Okay. So it reaches out with this the tongue from the middle of this maw, and you are able to, as it's flying towards you, bring down twist your body, and it deflects off of the armor, and you watch as it pulls back into the side and begins to burrow itself into the wall. It is currently, just to move,
It came through the flames?
through the floor.
The ground is. Yeah.
We're
So
doing an
it
episode
is-
of Tremors, guys.
So currently, for the sake of perspective, there is this massive creature in the process of burrowing into the wall. Nui, you land crashing into the ground, just pulling yourself back up to your feet as it begins to pull to one side, trying to bury itself back into the wall. And we come to Orkane.
Was I not able to Hellish Rebuke it?
It doesn't hit
Oh,
you. Hellish
because
Rebuke requires it to hit.
Because it doesn't hit. Oh, Jesus. Wish it did hit me now.
You may have other reactions if you want to use, but I don't.
No.
So it's there, yeah.
Yeah. And what you see, again, I was going to cut this, but the technical issues we had earlier. Oh, sugar! Don't mean to pull that across. Wow, Ceci. You just see that sort of the thick purple worm shape as it wraps up into the air and then back into the side of the cave.
What, so is it there or not?
It is, yeah. What I'm basically saying is you can't see the entirety of this creature.
Can I see its mouth?
Not at this point, no.
Okay. I'm not a front combat fighter. So, I'm going to cast Earth Tremor.
Interesting. And how does that work?
It doesn't say it's from me, so I think I can cast a tremor on the ground within range. Each creature other than me must make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 bludgeoning and is knocked prone.
The range is only 10 feet.
Yeah, that's fine. I know it's in the ground. I know it's like in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Right. I think it's
Like I said, you can see essentially the equivalent of a middle portion of its body exposed as it's currently in the process of tunneling.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, never mind. Not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it. Go for it.
21.
21 hits, yep.
Bonus action, planar warrior.
Yes, it would apply to the second. Yes,
that's fine. Favored foe.
Yep.
And so that's 19 plus a d6.
You just rolled to hit, not the damage.
I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. 14. Oh no. Oh goodness. Okay, wait. Plus 18. So that's 8. Not plus 18. 18 altogether.
Yeah.
And then second damage, or second roll to hit. 24, which hits.
Yep.
So that's 16 plus, I think, what is it? A D8.
Yeah.
7. 16 plus 7. 25. 23.
15 plus 7, 23, yep. 22.
No. 16 plus 7. That wouldn't be an 8.
Oh, so we said 15, sorry.
No, 16.
Apologies.
No worries.
Alright, so, as you fire off these arrows, Nui, you're like, as you're in the process of falling, these arrows flying past you embed themselves in the thick hide of this creature, and then you hit the ground. Epic. That's your lot, right? Any movement?
Does my bow tell me anything?
Nope.
No. Any movement? Yes, always. I'm gonna go behind Nuada and Iggy just to bring up the rear. I'm gonna scooch past you guys. Quick.
Oh, sorry.
Full 30 feet, like all the way up here, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, perfect.
Well, no. There.
No worries. You have lost sight of this guy, so you don't know what he's doing.
Damn.
I'm keeping one eye open for Selena. It's been in my head this entire session.
Nui, you are up, and I've got a Schweier on deck. So Nui, you're up.
I'm gonna suppose that I suppose that if I move backwards, I'm moving out of its range, and it will try to attack me. Or is it just like because of where the picture?
You, in essence, even though it's like tunneling, it is nearby, and there you would sense there is potentially some risk.
That's fair. Is it fully submerged by now?
It's not, no.
Cool. Well, I'm just gonna take a wee step back, just like 10 feet, and then I'm gonna hit it with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, cool. Yeah, roll to attack.
First one was a nat 1.
Crash as you're like pulling yourself, like scrambling backwards. The blast just shoots poof, wide into the wall.
Completely wrong. The second one was a 21.
That does hit.
And that's 10 points of damage.
Okay.
For a bonus action, I'll use.
Do you get 3 blasts now, or still only 2?
I do get 3 now. I forget that. $27.
That hits.
And 9 more points of damage.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, blasting up the side as you kind of pull yourself back away from it. Any bonus actions?
Yes, Bardic Inspiration for Arcane. Like, we can take this guy. You're now inspired.
You are inspired.
I feel
Okay,
like
and would you like to move any more? You've moved back about 10 feet. Are you happy there?
Yeah, fine.
All right. Ushuaia, Iggy on deck.
So I don't know that guy is gone, so I'm gonna keep going forward. Yep. So, sorry, I've lost, what I was, okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I would just like to, like, survey what the hell is this thing? Like, what is this dais? What's going on?
Would you like to use your action to make an investigation check, or do you just a cursory glance?
No, I'll use my action to make an investigation check.
So as you come running around this corner, there is this water kind of in all directions. It seems to be coming from these openings in the south. To the north, you see this intense heat of the fire burning. And as you rush up the steps, it is obviously all cracked and debris everywhere. There is make the investigation check, and I'll give you the extent of the detail. That's the kind of immediate stuff.
18,
cool. So yeah, as you come rushing up, you look, and it is all cracked and thrown, but there is thrown to one side. There appears to be this idol, like a gold, sort of teardrop-shaped idol that was probably once in the center of this. That's been tossed to one side from that. It has this sort of very subtle blue, like that luminescent blue glow to it, which is dimming. And you get the sense that whatever they were in the process of doing here was interrupted.
And the idol is broken?
No. The dais, like the ground, this sort of platform was broken out and the idol was thrown. But you, because it's still glowing, you can see it sitting just under the water's surface to one side.
Can I grab that with my bonus action?
I'll allow that.
Yeah? So I will grab it with my bonus action. would you say that's me done?
Yeah, just as you pick it up, you can see it is probably about this big, let's say, sort of teardrop shaped, and there is an eye, sort of half open eye in the center, and it appears like there's this like red streak running down it. That's the sort of symbol embossed onto it.
Familiar?
Make a
Symbol?
religion check.
Religion. Where's my religion? Oh, there we go. 4.
I was gonna say I'll give you advantage based on your relationship with this cult.
Ooh. Ooh, 19.
So, 2 things. Number 1, it is it's iconography traditional in a lot of Orcish cultures. The name of the god escapes you, but the second thing, the thing that's most poignant, is it is not Larloc's symbol.
Ooh. Okay. That's
Okay.
probably me done.
Yes.
But very interesting. Okay. Thank
We
you.
come to Iggy with Nuida on deck.
Hello. Okay, so we've still got Icky Sticky Purple Worm over here, causing a ruckus. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. No, actually, I won't. I'm still gonna be preparing. I'm going to.
I would prefer if you did tell me what.
Yeah. Well, no, I won't tell you what, but I'll tell you why. I'm gonna pull Pig, grab his hand. For those who don't know, stream. Pig, just lob him. Pig is my little friend. He's a flying monkey. He also acts as my wildfire spirit, so I will grab him by the hand, lift him up onto my shoulder, and kind of stroke the back of his spine and sets a light. And with that, can we get a little monkey token? Got any monkey tokens?
Yeah, I can certainly put a placeholder in for the time being.
That'd be lovely, thank you. But he's going to come forward. He's going to do his own little towards the purple worm, and he's going to just do it.
I'm going to use this one for now, because it's the closest to having a wing.
Lovely.
The others, I mean, yeah, it's the best I've got for the time being, and I'll find something proper we can use.
Lovely.
I'll
tell you what. I'm going to go here. I'm going to summon him here, and I think I believe summoning him causes some damage, which is lovely.
PIG. You tell me.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Where is it? Summon Wildfire Spirit. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit other than you, when it appears.
Nui is within 10 feet of Pig.
Can I get it to, like, occupy some of its space, or is that... How big is it in comparison to the picture that we've currently got?
Well, the creature is basically filling that hallway.
Okay, for sure.
It's huge. In fact, it's gargantuan.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'll tell you what. In which case, just to be safe, then I'm going to do it like over here, so that Pig doesn't hurt anyone upon his arrival. And I'll bring him forward a little bit, and he's going to and just take a little spit at the purple worm there. I wish I'd done something more fun. That's a natural 20. Go Pig, go!
Massive globule of spit.
Yeah, I need to find out what he does now. I rarely use it.
Could be like a D4 or something.
Yeah, it's a D6. And it's a 1.
2 points? Or
So
is there a
2 points plus my PB, so 6 points total.
Okay. All right. Any more from you, Iggy?
No, that is me. I will bring Pig
Alright,
a little bit
Nuda.
more forward.
Sure. Yeah, Nuda, you're up.
Cool. I'm going to run forward. I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. I'm going to go here.
Mhm.
And I'm going to pull out my Wand of Magic Missile.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use Magic Missile at 7th level.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be real bad.
7d4 plus 7.
9, because you get 3 to start with, plus 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's 23 plus 9 is 32 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, all these like beams of light come bursting out, swirling in the air, and then crashing up the side of this. The creature as it's burrowing into the air.
And it's very sexy.
Incredibly sexy.
Mm-hmm. And then bonus action will cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay. Yeah.
At 2nd level. And it's...
I'm just gonna... Yeah.
It's going to be Nuida, naked and oiled up, wrestling a big mushroom.
I'm going to use this generic shape changer to mark that. Please place that where you'd like it.
Can the mushrooms be dead man fingers
I
that
don't know.
he's wrestling?
I'm assuming they're the ones that are shaped like penises.
Oh, they're dead
No, they're
man's
shaped like dead
fingers.
man's fingers. That's...
I'll send you a picture.
Please.
They look like hands reaching up out of the ground. Anyway, where would you please feel free to place your...
Right there. And it's going to do a wee...
How do I spell weapon?
Boop.
You know what? I'm just going to do SW. Because it's the sex worker.
Does a natural
Valid.
1 for a total of 13 hit?
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
That's... Oh, one
And
last...
did you say natural 1? Because that definitely doesn't hit.
My thing was fine. We're good. That's me.
Okay. So throughout this, all your rounds of combat, the creature has been like moving itself into the earth, like sliding along. And by the time we get to that spiritual weapon glancing off it, the arrow shafts that Orcane had shot are like snapped off against the rock as it finishes pulling itself into the surface of the earth. And Ashwaya, as you picked up this thing and you're looking at it, and then there is a and you are thrown sideways as the creature like bursts from the side of the rock up here, charging towards you, and is going to, with a 23, attempt to reach out for you with its tentacle to like tongue.
Hold. That's 4. Yeah, that is gonna hit.
Okay. You take...
Damn, he moves so fast.
29 points of bludgeoning damage,
Ow.
plus
Is that the noise she makes? Ow.
Oh, Ew,
plus
David.
6 points of psychic damage. Are you resistant to psychic as a
I
Kalistar?
am resistant to
You only
psychic.
take 3 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw as it wraps the tongue reaches out like a tendril, wraps around you. You can feel this like pulse of pain as it then pulls the rest of its body towards you and is closing its mouth in around you.
24.
As it closes in, you throw a hand up, pushing back at one of those 4 like petal-like lip, if you will, beak that's ripped open. Put one hand up, throw the glaive against the other, and pull yourself free. And it begins then to burrow into the earth at your side, beginning to duck away again. And we come to Orcane's turn.
Fuck. Where is
Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Take your time, please.
I would like to use my reaction.
Please.
So I can. It has entered my range, so it provokes.
It sure did.
Yeah, yeah. So I can hit it with my glaive.
Of course you can. Yes.
So is that? Oops, sorry, I did not mean to roll on D Beyond. I'm just trying to figure out what the damage is for this.
Well, you roll to attack first. It's your normal, basically treat it like a normal glaive attack.
19 plus 7.
26 hits.
Sorry. Okay, so I am. Where's a D10? Where's a D10? What is a D10? There we go. So
D10 is the one that has actually 10 sides on it as well.
Thank you so much, my love. 7 points of damage. Not a lot. One of those is psychic. I don't know if that matters.
It actually does not. So 7 total. But yeah, so as it's like trying to close in, you just drive the glaive in. You can see it like cuts into the inside of the mouth, I guess, and you're able to pull yourself through, and it begins to burrow in. But yes, we come to Arcane at the top of the round.
I'm going to
do a little dab. Make a little love. Get down and
go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just gonna hold action. Bonus action. Bonus action.
Is it a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm thinking about a bonus action. Bonus action. Planar warrior. No. Because I don't see anything that's going on right now. I just hear commotion. I'm gonna meditate. No, I'm just gonna hold shoot again.
Okay. Forever enamored in the way dear mind's holding a longbow.
How you do?
yes.
Nui, you're up. Ashwire on deck.
Nui is going to scooch forward. Oh, did you take away our ability to move our wee people?
No.
No.
Just
Okay.
need the little hand in the top right, and then move your person.
Yeah. Oh, it was just. I've got the hand selected, but for some reason it's still not letting me. If you could just maybe move it to just diagonal in front of SW.
5, 10, 15. Oh, yep.
Yes. And I would like to Eldritch Blast from over there.
You cannot see it. There is a wall of fire in the way.
Oh, I thought I could still kind of like see through the flames.
No, you're welcome to drop concentration on the spell, but at the moment there is a wall of fire in the way.
Okay, I drop concentration.
I need to roll concentration for Kinetic John.
Please do, yep.
I'll drop concentration on it. Do my little action scuttly moves through the cave.
Yep.
drop the fiery wall, and with her no longer bagpipes but the lyre, as she plucks the lyre, it just like makes beautiful music and attacks the worm. First out of 3, 15.
15?
Yeah.
Does not hit, or rather, it scrapes across the hide, but does not penetrate.
Oh, bitch. So Nui's kind of mad now, so she is going to like try a different tune. That one was also not a standing ovation. That was also 15. So.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah. My third one was natural 20.
Yay!
So.
Alright.
I never get natural 20, so what? I double the overall score.
So roll your d10.
7.
Which is 7. You double that to 14, and then you add your modifier.
20.
20. Alright.
Thank you for
Okay.
showing us your pussies, George.
It's so great, pussy.
So proud.
Stinky, man. Stinky.
Lovely, lovely pussies.
We love a well-groomed cat. So after she, like, Nui gets to that third shot, she's just like, get it together. And she just does this cool rock and roll riff on her lyre. And just massive blast, 20 points of damage.
And it rips through one side, and Ashwai, from your vantage point, rips through one side and then bursts out the other, and you can see this creature is beginning to look a little bit wounded, with the various like attacks it's taken as it's moving around the cave.
Great. And for my bonus action, I want to, like, Nui's kind of up against this wall, sort of, at the corner-ish bit. So she's just going to turn her head, and she's going to bardically inspire Nuada's like, I knew you could get over your fear of mushrooms. And Nuada's now inspired.
Aww.
Okay. Make sure you're marking off your uses of bardic inspiration, by the way.
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
It's unlimited.
Right, Ashwai, you're up. Iggy on deck. Oh, sorry, did you want to move any more? You've used 15 feet. You good there?
Fandabidosi.
Cool, perfect. Sorry, yes, Ashwai.
Does it make any kind of reaction to the thing? To the teardrop? The idol?
I will. You picked it up. You got attacked. It's now burrowing into the ground next to you. You make of that what you will.
Nah, we're gonna just straight up attack. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not good. That's gonna miss. That's a 5 + 8.
13 does miss.
Ooh, and the second one is a 16 + 8.
24 does hit.
Pike, please stop fighting.
You have a bad pussy, I understand.
Yeah, really bad pussy. Okay, so that second one hits. So I'm going to pump a first level divine smite, which is 2d8 or 1d8. Who knows?
2d8 at first level.
Cool. So here we go. So that's 4 plus 10 is 14. 14 plus 7.
21.
21 plus 8, 29. So 29 points of damage.
Okay. You drive the glaive in. There's a flare of light, and it is that same kind of violet purple. That is your first attack.
So that's my second one. The first one missed.
Oh yeah, sorry, of course it did. Yeah.
And I'm gonna bonus action hit it again. 16 Miss.
Just hits.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
So as you open up the side of it with your glaive, you spin it round and then just ram the butt straight into the open wound.
And that's another 7 points of damage.
Okay. And yeah, you begin to see this like kind of thick black, or at least in the low light here, this like thick dark liquid as it's getting quite badly bloodied from these attacks. Is obviously staying put, I take it.
Staying put.
All right, Iggy.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I'm just reading the description of a spell. One moment.
I'm not familiar with that spell.
My favourite one.
It's
Okay.
like time stop at a lower level.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Well, 15, 20, 25. Take a glance down that hallway. Coolio. And 30, I'm going to cast Grasping Vine. I'm gonna the fauna, the plants around this place, I'm gonna command them to latch on to the purple worm and try and get it to stop burrowing. I want to pull it out from the wall that it's burrowing into. And I believe that is a dex save on your part.
Dexterity save?
Yes, please.
Okay. And is there no size limit for the Grasping Vine?
There is, not that I can read. I was going to go with the Thorn Whip or something, but that is large or smaller. But Grasping Vine does not have a size
I think
limit.
this is a high level spell.
Yeah.
That's only a 13.
Wonderful.
Oh wait, sorry, advantage. That's a 13.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, I want to pull it out of the wall. I want to effectively restrain it. I don't think I can restrain it with that spell. But like any movement that it's trying to make forward, I want to pull it backward.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you just essentially pulling it, and so yeah, you will watch as these like, well, those of you that can see this part of the cavern, the mushrooms and spores like grow elongated out, wrapping around each other to create this like thick vine that then tendril lashes around this thick, girthy, purple sort of wormy sort of shape, wraps around it by the middle and just pulls out in one large motion, and it is now like writhing, the sort of closed beak flying out limply in the air.
Limply.
Yeah.
And as my action,
I've heard of those.
I am going to do a simple firebolt. With a plus 11, 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Wonderful. I believe that because Pig is up, I get a little extra.
Does it have to be a certain radius to you?
Bear with. Enhanced Bond. Whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points, roll a d8. No, just whenever I do it.
Cool, perfect. Nice.
So I'll get that d8 in there as well. Okay, so that is 8, 10, 18, 23, one more of those, 23, another 10! Oh, I wish I got the fucking crit on this one. 33 points of fire damage altogether.
Oof, that is a big old cantrip.
Yeah, for one cantrip, that's crazy. I did roll 10, 10, 8.
And did you add the d8?
I did, yeah. 10, 10, 8 would have been 28. I got 32. 33 because the 5 from the d8.
Dumb boy.
Cool, and I believe that's my turn.
Alrighty, Nuda.
Cool. I'm gonna run directly to here, straight line down. And I'm gonna, in an angled line from me to it, like a diagonal line, cast Lightning bolt.
Guiding bolt. What level?
Lightning bolt.
Oh, lightning bolt. Apologies. I thought you said guiding.
Nope, lightning bolt.
From the armor.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my save dice that I did last time, which was an 8, to force it to fail.
Well, what's the save?
Dexterity.
So that's a total of 6.
Oh, great. Love that. Yeah, and then I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt. For probably... for 31 damage.
So as you come like running forward, and you can see like with each step there's these like sparks that build up from the boots, and the runes in the armor are lighting up this electricity, leaving kind of a la every Flash movie you've ever seen, this sort of streak of light behind you. And then as you stop, you throw it all forward, and there's this crackle of thunder as the lightning and it erupts all the way along the body, just sparking out in all directions. It's a big hit.
Cool.
Big hit.
And that's it from me.
Alrighty. Where am I? I want this screen here. Well, that's funny. So, the grasping vine pulls it out of the ground. Actually, to that point, it won't be able to get there. So let's choose someone else. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so it's pulled out of the ground. So it isn't able to kind of burrow as far as it maybe would have liked, but it does turn and begin to dive its way into the ground. Just skimming below the surface, you can see, you know, like when something burrows and it's the rocky terrain is like breaking above it, creating this sort of complete mess of floor as it begins to glide just below the surface this way, and then reach it. Oh, where can I put you? I'm going to have it coming out of this side here. So there's this like line of almost completely stretching from where Ushuaia is through that wall just to the side of Nuada, bursting out, filling that tunnel, and then lashing out towards Iggy.
Can I use my reaction to give it disadvantage?
May I also use my reaction?
We'll start with Ushuaia because you would have triggered first.
Cool. I'm just gonna. I'm hitting it. Ooh, that's gonna miss. That's a 10.
I had a held action. Can I see?
Yes, you can. Yeah. So then you would trigger next because you see it burst out of the wall.
Oh, like now? Okay. Surprise me with that. Okay, that's 16.
Just hits.
Amazing. And that's 13 plus 36. 16 altogether.
Yay!
As it bursts out of the wall.
Sorry. I've never killed anything before. It's never been me.
As it bursts out of the wall, rearing up over Iggy or Kane, you've been trained and ready. One arrow knocked, one arrow ready to go. You just lift up fire as it just begins to rocky debris throwing everywhere. How does it go?
Like a fart in the wind, just dies. I don't know.
All right. The arrow looses. Nui, Iggy, Nuada, you're all looking up at this massive, like the beak spreading open, each tooth almost as large as you. This creature is just silly large. The mouth, like the 4 parts of the jaw splitting open, the tongue like several whips of tendrils beginning to reach out. And as it begins to spread open, kind of filling your space, the smell of the breath rancid in the air. And then these arrows shoot straight down the gullet and it crashes into the ground. It is there still filling up this entire hallway. part of it's still like inside the wall, but the kind of jaw just flops into the ground before you.
I want everyone to look at me, and I'm just gonna go. What? Like it's hard?
Well done.
As we come out of initiative, is there anything anyone would like to do?
Harvest its teeth.
I mean, there's plenty, right? We gotta.
I want to
see what the hell. Check this out, Nuada.
What are you wearing? Oh, the idol.
The idol, yeah.
I begin to cast Identify.
Okay.
Let's get Newey's blood up out of here. Newey, go get your blood. Can you can you smell it?
No.
Can you hear it?
So that's like almost all of the tunnels, I guess.
Yeah, Kutazara. He's we got him.
Where did those guys run off to? Because like we didn't kill all four. There was like 4 dark priesty boys, and they've just disappeared.
Well, I killed one of them.
The creature got one of them. I killed. Did I kill one of them? I think I killed one of them.
Yeah. So there's one that's unaccounted for.
I think we're gonna find where the.
There's got to be another exit. There's got to be another exit somewhere in here.
Can I concentrate for a moment and cast Locate Creature on Kutuzara, please?
What is the casting time?
It is it is 6 seconds.
Okay, cool. So it's not a long. When you said concentrate, I thought you were describing like a ritual, like Nuada's doing.
No.
Okay, cool. So you begin to concentrate on that, and the range is you get quite a long range, right?
1,000 feet.
Yeah. So from where you are standing, I'm rotating the image to figure out the map, so bear with me. From where you are, as in like in my head, I'm like turning. From where you are standing, if we were to call the top of the map north, it's not actually north, but for the sake of ease, if that was north, you kind of reach out, kind of embedding your consciousness into the kind of plant growth that's here, getting a sense, and you can kind of feel in this, the way anime always shows the sort of connection through plants, somewhere the equivalent of kind of southeast from here. Oh, look, that's creepy. You get this sort of almost like pull on your consciousness in that direction.
I'll start walking that way then.
Okay.
Let's go.
Do we want to check if there's anything useful around here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Nuada is in the process of casting a spell, ritually.
That other corridor, I think, would be good to check if there's anything in there. Where I killed the other dude, anything that he's got on him.
You want to do it together?
Identifying of what the hell they're doing.
Feel free to put tokens in the spaces you're currently investigating. Iggy, I've taken the liberty of moving you in the direction of southeast.
Yeah.
Okay, and then can I get investigation checks from anyone who is investigating? Where's that lead come from?
Someone check that corridor.
I want to use my inspiration. Can I?
I thought you meant to put leaves like tokens where we were in just like a random token.
I had thought you would move your Ushuaia token.
That makes more sense in hindsight.
How
Yeah.
do I add my inspiration to my?
Sure, can do, yeah.
How?
Just
You roll it.
1d6.
It's what?
Add 1d6.
Thanks.
Roll a d6.
13.
Right. Which Nui? Where are you?
Yes. I am helping investigate.
Left or right? Because there are tokens being dropped, but it doesn't tell me who's dropping them. So I don't. I just see tokens being landing in the middle of the.
Kind of wanted to join in on the platform.
Okay. So you're down there.
So I've got,
Nuida, you're busy casting. Ushuaia and Orkane together on the right hand side, or Ushuaia, you've gone to the left?
I'd like to investigate that area.
Left or right?
Right.
Okay, cool. So you're with Orkane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we found some men. Oh.
Okay, you can Ushuaia, you can roll separately, or you can give Orkane advantage.
Go advantage.
Okay.
I
So,
won't.
You can roll with advantage.
Woo! Can I still add my bonus? My
Yeah.
15. No. 15.
Cool. So, searching this space here, you find a number of broken down like crates. There's a couple of discarded tools. This is you can see as you're scanning this area and kind of pulling things open, looking. This kind of confirms, perhaps suspicion familiar, that this was intended to be a mine once upon a time, but has long since been abandoned. Okay. Meanwhile, Nui and Iggy, are you searching this like Dea space? Cool. Again, I can have one roll with advantage, or both of you roll an investigation check.
Oh, George, your sound.
Sorry, thank you. I'll give Nui advantage.
Okay.
$22.
22?
22.
Amazing. So, I will give, with the 22, as Nuida is kind of finishing his spell, you are kind of looking around and you can see this stone platform is obviously not natural. It was built considerably later than whatever else is disused and discarded in this space. There are a few carvings. Again, you're not familiar with the language, but there are some kind of ritual carvings in the stone. Not very deep, basic carvings. Some kind of magic was being attempted here, but was interrupted and dispersed by that creature. With a 22, you get the sense that what that happened with the creature was incidental to what these cultists were doing, and perhaps that creature was native and was reacting in some way to what they were doing.
Okay. I would like to say, I may not speak Abyssal, but I have eyes of the Runekeeper, so I can read all writing.
Cool. And there's nothing you need to activate that. That's just on all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you proficient with Arcana? I mean, you're half proficient in everything, but it will have the black dot or half a dot.
It's just a full green dot.
Perfect. So that means you are proficient in Arcana. This is some form of conjuration runes they've got here. So as you're looking over it, your eyes, although you don't sense anything, Iggy, you can see Nui's eyes begin to glaze over with like a grey smoke. And it's weird. It is smoke like perpetually rising from lower lid to upper lid, not billowing out, not but just directly where the eyes are, just smoke billowing over. And Nui, as you look down, you can just read this circle around the edge, which kind of at first glance looks like just generic runes, actually spells out the kind of components, as it were, of a conjuration ritual.
Okay. I'll say, Iggy, I might not be a great speaker most of the times, but you know, just along the way, I picked up a lot of words and writings and things like that, and it looks like this was definitely some sort of tablet for rituals, spooky rituals. Do you happen to have any sense of where that other caped guy had gone?
I do. I think I'm getting a feeling from here that it's, and I'm gonna use southeast again.
Yeah, so I'm going to put pig in the direction from you.
I'm just gonna stare up.
Put that as a line.
Cool. I'm gonna stare up this tunnel with the water flowing down. Then.
Cool.
And say.
And I was
just gonna say, you've been able to see the path ahead before. Perhaps we can look up there.
That'd be good. And I'll, yeah, I agree. Let me just, and because the beastie at the beginning chomped on Ruby, I'm gonna start casting to resummon.
If I'm not mistaken, that does take an hour.
An hour?
Does it? I thought it was like 10 minutes.
An hour?
Double check the casting time for Find Familiar. Whilst you're just checking that, Nuida, as these investigations are happening, you're able to finish your casting of Identify, which we all know involves rigorous licking of Pearl and Idol. And the spell completes, and for you, everything suddenly goes still, and you're sitting like kind of cross-legged with this, focused on this, and as everything goes still around you, you see directly opposite you, cross-legged, the leaves and like vegetation in the beard and hair in this sort of brown tattered cloak, the older man, the visage of the Dagda that has visited you many times before, sits there, leans forward and goes, I mean, it really is just a pretty idol. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You've got one for me. This is Grumsh. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Grumsh. It's an orcish god. That's one of his idols. He kind of looks over your shoulder. Probably we're using it for whatever ritual, maybe to focus their magic. You know how you use my symbol, similar way. But you might get some good money for it if you can get the right market. If there is a market for symbols with bleeding eyes. But yeah, I hope that helps. And then the sound all rushes back in, and you're sitting there holding the.
So matter of fact.
I was so ready for him to act.
Holy God.
I was like, too nice. This can't be him.
It does take an hour, by the way, so I'm not going to do that. No.
It's just why would a different religious order be here?
As you all come back together around the dais, looking towards that tunnel where the water is slowly pooling from and collecting at your feet before rushing off, filling out in the distance, we are going to come to the end of our session. It is a little bit over time. But thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Oh, wait, did we find anything like any information on the bodies of the dudes we killed?
They were wearing very basic leather armor. They had scimitar-type blades, hooded cloaks, and they did actually have around like their neck the symbol of Larlock that you've encountered before. The sort of skull of the spider legs.
I think it would be a good idea that we took the robes and the symbols with us.
Okay. There would be, bearing in mind, just to so there is one that you cut the leg off, so it's splattered in blood, not in a great way. One that presumably is inside this creature, and one that's been splattered with arrow holes. Maybe not as badly covered in blood, but certainly does have it like tears and blood on it.
So
but anyway, oh god.
the tears I'll fix with mending.
The blood I'll
Okay.
fix with prestidigitation.
Amazing. So with
So we-
your
No problem.
Yeah.
2 robes, we will end tonight's session. So again, thank you anyone for joining us. And I will, although it seems to have stopped, thank Sirenscape for providing atmosphere and music. We saw this week some of the tokens and maps from Tom Kartos. And of course various other thank yous both in the keynote that plays and on our Twitch site. You can find Bonus Action Vibe again right here on Twitch every Sunday 7 p.m. UK time, and follow our socials at Bonus Action Vibe, where all great socials are found. We have got TikTok because we're down with the kids, Instagram and a Twitter, so go say hi. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.